Hello my rider brothers and sisters, welcome back to Riding in DNA. As we know that knowledge is very important, and in today's session we are going to discuss about my experience and learning from my very first track day. I just want to help some riders like me out there. Why it is important? Because I felt that I had this knowledge before hitting my very first track day. I'm making this video to help you guys who are yet to go to track for the very first time, or probably you have been only once or twice. So this is basically for the very track beginner riders, and if you are looking for some basic information about tracks. Today I have this piece of paper. I have noted down few points. I don't know if you can see, but anyways, I kept it so that I do not forget. Anyways, let's not waste any more time and let's get into the points I wanted to discuss with you guys. The very first point is, why track? Track is a place where there'll be no incoming traffic. It is only made to ride your motorcycle. There'll be other riders too on the track, but it is just you, your motorcycle, and the track and your practice, nothing else. On the other side, on the street, you have incoming vehicles, traffic regulations, laws, and safety of other people. So many things are there to consider when you want to practice on public roads. That is why if there is a track, it is easy to practice, so you can enjoy your full freedom and you can become the better version of yourself. Before going to track, I always had this doubt, like where I'm gonna keep my motorcycle over there. And I have seen many videos online where they just show that bikes are there around the track and then they are inside the track and they're like riding. But I always had this question, exactly from where to go to that that area, then park the motorcycle or your trailer, and then how to get stuffs ready, how to go to the track, and how to get out. It's pretty easy. In each and every track they have pit or paddock. You can keep your car, your vehicles, your trailer, your motorcycle over there. You can get your motorcycle ready, and then you can get ready over there, go to the track. From there will be only one entrance to that track for that day, and there will be only one exit from the track, so you cannot get confused. It's pretty easy to enter to the track and then coming out. That's how you reach to the track. There are mainly two kinds of track days as I have experienced till date. I have been to 3 track days in 2024, and this is what I'm saying is my experience. One is open track day, where you can get into the track and get out of the track at any time you want, except the lunch break or if there are any restrictions anytime. Apart from those, you are free to get in and out of the track whenever you want. So that's the open track day. And the other type is, it will be distributed into different groups, say like group green, yellow, red, like that. So generally I have seen here, green group is for the beginners, for the first time riders, or you don't want to go fast and all, so it's for that kind of riders. Yellow group is for them who already know what they're doing. They have been to track days and they're kind of experienced. And red is the group for those riders who ride very fast, and they are kind of racers. So these are the distributions. And apart from that, sometimes they have some school group where they train the riders. These are kind of track days you will generally find around you. Now let's go to the point where you want to register for a track day. So how to go to a track? If you think like you are just gonna show up on the track and ride, it might or might not work. Why? Because most of the times you have to register with some organizers who have rented the track for that particular day. You pay them the fees, and they will let you to ride your bike on the track. How to find those organizations? You can Google it, or you can ask your fellow riders or the riders around you. You'll definitely get some information. I know how to get the information at my place. I know the riders, I know few groups and a few organizations who organize it. You have to do your part to know who are the people who do it near your place. And there is a third kind too, where you can register. They will provide you their motorcycle, their gears and everything. You have to pay a little bit more for sure for that, but you don't have to worry about the crash of the motorcycles and all, so it will be all on them. And they will have trainer for you to teach each and everything. I would suggest, if you are kind of a new rider or not very confident about leaning and cornering and haven't practiced much, if you register for that kind of class, that's gonna help a big time. Although me personally, I haven't taken that class because, as you know, if you have been following this channel, I have been into cornering and stuff since many years back, so I didn't find the need of it. But if you find the need, definitely go ahead and register. It's gonna help you big time. Now, next point is preparation of your motorcycle. This is important. You cannot just take your motorcycle to the track and ride. It doesn't work that way. The very first thing you have to do is replace your antifreeze coolant with distilled water. I have already put a video on the channel to replace the antifreeze with water on this bike. If you want to know how to do it, you can follow the link. I'm gonna put that in the description below. Now, the second point in preparation is changing your engine oil. It is always advisable to get fresh engine oil before you hit the track. Why? Because most of the time you are gonna be revving your engine on the higher RPM. That's gonna be too much on the engine oil. So if you have used engine oil in your bike for few thousand kilometers or miles, just replace that with fresh engine oil. That's gonna help your engine to stay better. And then at the end of the track day, flush that engine oil and get fresh engine oil back again for riding on the street. Now, the third point on your preparation is checking the condition of your brake pads. This is very important, okay? This is very, very important. If you do not have good brake pads, replace those with good brake pads, because on the track you are gonna go fast and then grab brake. You are gonna slow down very fast. So your brake pads are gonna wear out way faster than what you have experienced on the street. So definitely do that. If you do not know how to check by yourself, take it to a service center, ask them to check and tell them that you are gonna hit a track, so that they can advise whether you need new set of pads or not. Based on that, take the decision. Now, the fourth point on preparation is your tires. You might be confused whether you should use your existing tires which you have on your bike, or you should use slick tires or not. Even I was confused. So what I did is that I had my slick tire on the bike before the track. I was riding on the street just to have a feel, but I would definitely not advise that. If you have watched my first track day video, you have already known that the fear I was going through, because I had I used so much of the middle portion of my slick tire that the tire profile changed before I went to the track, because I was riding on the street, right? Do not make that mistake. So now again, back to the point, whether you should use your existing tires or not. If those are in good shape, you can definitely use those. It depends on how you are capable of riding your bike. If you know that you can push your bike very much, then I would say get track come street kind of a tire. Definitely not touring tires. You might slide. In Pirelli, I know it's Rosso 4 Super Corsa or Corsa can work good. On my bike, on my very first track day, I had Rosso 4 Super Corsa on my front. On the rear, I had the TD Slick. But if I had the choice to, not to put the slick tire, then probably I had same Rosso 4 Super Corsa Pirelli on the back as well. Those are very sticky tires and you can never go wrong on those. Except the touring tires, if you have anything else which is like good for street, a little bit good for track, I think that can still hold up pretty good on your very first track day. Next point on your preparation for the track is your gears. Gear is extremely important, as I always say, and if you watch my channel, you probably already know that I always prefer to wear all my gears all the time. It's called AGAT, all gear all the time. I always ride with my full suit even on the street. Let it be very hot or like very sunny, I'm sweating inside, but still I always wear the full suit. And over the time, your body gets used to the heat, so you do not sweat that much. Trust me. Say like in the very beginning of summer, if you start riding with the suit for the first time in your life, you will find your body sweating like hell. But if you continue that for say like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, your body will get used to it and then it will find its way. Frankly, I do not find any problem even riding with full suit during peak summer. Our human bodies are great. So what you need for the track is a full suit. Most of the tracks do not allow two-piece. Two-piece means separate riding pant and separate riding jacket, and if those are from the same brand, their zips will attach the pant with the jacket. But in most of the tracks, they don't allow it because of crash. That's a zip which is tying the lower portion with the upper portion, and in case of a crash, a bad crash, it's gonna tear the zip. So the best thing is having a full suit. Invest in a very good suit if you can. That's gonna last very long time. God forbid if anything goes wrong on the track, it's gonna save you very, very big time. Trust me. Apart from the racing suit, in some of the track days, they will ask you to have back protector. I do not have it with me right now. So you can look for back protector online. You will see there are plenty of options online available. Before you buy, try to find out how much of space you have inside your suit, so that based upon that you can buy the back protector. In some of the tracks, they allow you to ride without the back protector. For example, my very first track day, I didn't even know there is a need of back protector. So I had my very first track day without the back protector. I was wearing my full suit. If you have seen the video, it was all fine. If you can invest in a back protector, it's gonna be very good investment too. Then of course, a good helmet. Modular helmets are not allowed on the tracks. So modular helmets are like where you can press a button and you can lift up the chin, that front portion of the helmet. That kind of helmet is not allowed on the track. A full boot. Oh, by the way, your half boot is not gonna work. Say like this is the full boot which they are gonna allow you to wear on the track. But if you have the second kind of boot like this, sorry, this is dirty because I didn't clean it. If you have this kind of a short boot, they are not gonna allow you on the track. So have a full boot. Those were all about the gears. The main point behind having the good gears is that in case of crash, it's gonna save you big time. If you haven't crashed in your life before, you do not know how crash feels like, because you are not experienced yet. Ask the riders who have crashed and they will tell you how it feels. And these gears, yeah, this save big time. Okay, the next point is the cameras you wanna have on your bike, on your helmet. I mean, if you have a small camera like the Insta360, I forgot the name. There is a tiny camera. If you can put that inside your helmet, it's gonna be fine. But if there is any camera which is outside of your helmet, there are some tracks which do not allow. Luckily, the track which I went to, that was Grand Bend, they did not have any issues. So they allowed all kinds of cameras. On bike, even I saw some riders, they had Insta360 cameras sticking out from the bike, not dangerously, like a little high from the bike. And I had my Insta360 camera at the back, as you have already seen the video. Some tracks they allow, some tracks do not. Call them up and know the rules they have so that you can prepare accordingly. Next point on the preparation is trailing your motorcycle to the track. How you are going to take your motorcycle to the track? The easiest way is to trail your motorcycle to the track on U-Haul, or if you already have your own trailer. Don't make the mistake what I did. I rode my motorcycle to the track and then had the entire track day and then rode back. There is a huge risk doing it, because just in case if you crash your bike there and if the track is far away from your home, you are in trouble. So do not do that. And also that kind of situation is not gonna let you push your limits. So I was very much within my limits on my very first track day. I wish I had a different bike than mine. I didn't want to crash this one. Suppose if I had a dedicated track bike and a trailer, I could ride way faster and could lean better and then do better stuffs. But always the back of the mind I had like I cannot crash this bike, because this is my only bike I have, and also there was no way that I could ride it back. So the point is, prepare to trail your bike to the track. Before going to the track, you have to have tapes on your headlight or any of the mirrors. The basic idea behind is that if your bike crashes on the track, it should not spill so much of glasses on the track. It's dangerous. And glasses or plastics which can be sharp and can harm riders on the track. So that's the main idea behind covering all those stuff. So these are the things you have to cover: your headlight, your mirrors, your indicators or turn signals, whatever you call it, then your rear turn signals, your rear brake light, and if there are any other additional stuffs which have glasses or maybe this kind of plastics, you have to cover those with tape. Next point is additional gas. You might have never experienced this much of gas burn on the street. On the track, as you'll be riding mostly on the higher RPM, you will feel like your gas is just going away so fast you won't believe. By the time when I found that my bike was about to run out of gas, I was shocked, because I never had experienced something like that on the track. And you can buy a jerry can like this. I have one like this. I have gas in it. I have to use it anyways. So buy like this and then fill gas in it and go to the track. You do not have to then, go to nearest gas station at the middle of the track and then, bring some gas. So you'll be headache free. You will have the gas with you, just gonna pour it on the tank and then go. The last point on the preparation, basic tools like Allen keys, then wrenches, and so whatever basic tools you have, definitely carry those. You probably would need in case of some small mishaps or some small adjustments. You will definitely need those. So if you have, carry those, or you can buy some basic toolkits. You will be able to use that even in future. So having those kind of tools in your home is not gonna be wasted. Okay, now let's get to the portion where we are gonna get into the track. Before every track day, on the day of the track day, there'll be a briefing about the track. Do not miss that session. That is extremely important. Be there way ahead of time and then attend the session. Why? If you are not experienced, you do not know the track rules. The rules are very important. Suppose if you crash on the track, or other bikers, they have crashed on the track, what you do is stop. Where are you gonna go? You should park your bike there. What are you gonna do? You do not know, right? To handle that kind of scenarios, organize the whole thing in a very good way. They have track rules on every track. In most of the tracks, the rules match with each other. There are some common rules, and there can be some specific rules to some specific tracks, but in most of the tracks, the rules are kind of same. There'll be a couple of flags. You need to know the meaning of those. Those are very important, and when those are out, you have to act accordingly. Otherwise, you can harm yourself or the riders behind you. Definitely do not miss that session. That's gonna help you ride in a safer manner on the track. Now let's talk about the layout of the track. The track layout can change. So they have many layouts, meaning on the track, when you go for the first time, notice that there are some turns which are blocked with those safety cones. You will see those on some portion of the track, and it's blocking another route. So sometimes they open that route and they make the track and the orientation different. On your first track day, you do your track day that time, and then next time you go, you will see the layout has changed to something different. Let's move to the next portion of the discussion, that is entering the track. How you enter from your pit or paddock, wherever you have parked your vehicle, right towards the entrance of the track. The track marshal is gonna signal you when it's good time to go into the track. That track marshal is gonna wait to see if there are riders coming on the way. Until they pass and they have a safe zone for you to get in, they're not let you gonna get in if it's a open track day. If it is group wise track day, you have to gather up with the group. When your group time starts, you would know your group's timing and then accordingly appear on the start of the track. That's how you enter the track. There is a track seeing session generally happens at the beginning of the track. If there are some riders doing it, definitely go ahead and join them. It's going to be a very slow ride to know the track, the turns, and to know the layout, so that you have a little bit of idea how the track looks like and how the orientation is. When you enter the track, I'm talking about your very first lap. Take it very easy, okay? Take it very easy. Ride your own ride. You don't have to worry about the riders behind you. Do not try to push your bike. Do not. Gradually ride, feel the corners, and then keep riding like that for a couple of laps. So first lap is gonna be your slowest lap, and that's all fine. Then in next couple of laps, you will see that your speed is increasing because you are riding through the same track, same corners over and over again, and automatically your brain is gonna start making things easier for you. I would suggest what I have learned from my other fellow riders, that most of the crashes happen since the morning till lunch, because maybe your tires are not warm, you are new to the track and you start pushing too much, and then you lose control and you crash. So I would suggest until you have your lunch, practice your techniques, your skills, practice all those stuffs. You do not have to push. This is not a race. Keep this in mind. Your track day is not a race with anyone. It is just you practicing your skills, and then post lunch start pushing. This is what I have experienced. Just in case, God forbid, if you crash, do not panic. Do not panic. It happens on the track. It's fine. Every rider, they crash on the track. I haven't crashed. Somehow I was about to, but even I know down the lane someday I'm gonna crash on the track. That's fine. That happens with everyone. Without a crash, your experience is not complete. You do not know your limits until you crash. That's what I feel. So if you crash, just in case, do not panic. It's a normal thing. And when there is a crash, you will see that track marshals, they are raising red or black flags depending on the severity of the crash. So this is I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So if somebody does not know the meaning of the red or black or the other flags, he or she doesn't know what to do in case those kind of flags are out. So in case of crash, do not panic. There are track marshals over there. If something goes very serious with you, then there'll be ambulance and all. So those will come and pick you up from the track, and there'll be track owned trailers which are gonna trail your bike from the track. So do not worry. You have paid for all this. They will take good care of you. Oh, by the way, it is not shameful to crash, okay? Just in case if that thought comes into your mind, no. It is a normal thing. Even MotoGP riders, they are so experienced, right? Still they crash. So crashing is all fine. That's part of riding, and that's part of learning too. And now I would share some of my experiences, what mistakes I did and what I have learned from those. First is, as you know, I have been riding for many years on the street, on the curves. I was quite comfortable leaning my bike, not dragging my knees and all. That's a different thing though. Probably we are going to discuss in a different video about dragging knees. I was overconfident on the track. So on a couple of first laps, yeah, I was slow, because I'm not stupid to ride very fast and crash. Then I started pushing sooner than I should, and then in some places you would have seen that I went out of the track. I couldn't slow it down. Then I started chasing other riders who were quite a bit faster than me. That was a mistake. And then doing so, I forgot about practicing my own skills, and then I was just somehow I was managing going fast. That was very wrong. The right thing should have been, I should have concentrated on my techniques. Counter steering, I wasn't doing at all. Okay, this is funny. I heard of counter steering since many years back. I have never practiced that. In my mind, somehow, it was like, that is not a real thing. I mean, now I know. Now I already do it, and it makes a big difference. Definitely practice counter steering. If you do not know counter steering, search some YouTube videos. It's about pushing that side of the handlebar, which side you are gonna go. So suppose you wanna go towards right side, push the handlebar on the right side a little bit, and then you will find like your bike is automatically leaning and then taking the turn. It works like magic, trust me. If you haven't experienced that yet, try it. Even on the street, you will find the difference. Oh, by the way, if you have this thing in mind that if you push the bar, the bike is gonna fall and crash, no, it's not gonna happen. As you already know how to ride, your brain knows. Your brain is not gonna let you push the handlebar that much. If you are like a very beginner rider, you started riding 1 or 2 days back, then your brain will let you to do it. But if you're already riding for your riding experience, your brain is not gonna let you push that much. So don't worry, push the bar and see the difference if you do not know it yet. So definitely practice counter steering on the track. That's gonna help you a very big time. And then your body positioning. So I would say, like, on the very first track day, train your brain to lean the bike than all the body positioning and stuffs. Generally our mind is not used to that kind of lean, so we already have fear of leaning and crashing the bike. So fight with that kind of fear, like lean your bike, keep practicing, and when you find that you lean well, then get into body positioning. What I have experienced is that if you use body positioning before your brain knows how it feels to lean the bike, that's gonna create blockage in your brain, because your bike is gonna be straight, but you are gonna be leaning way too much with your body. And as your head will be like low and down, your mind will think like, yeah, you are leaning because you are close to the ground, but your bike is way straight up, which is wrong. So if you do not know the basics of body positioning, why it is used, learn those. That's gonna help you. So I would say, practice leaning your bike. Let your brain learn that how it feels to lean the bike. It will get rid of the fear which you have inside your mind about leaning. That's gonna help you very big time. The last few points I want to discuss is, you have already changed the coolant with distilled water, right? Should you keep it after the track day or not? So now it is up to you. Water keeps your bike cooler than the antifreeze. That's what I have experienced. Then why should not you use just the water for the whole year? Two drawbacks. First, if you use water as coolant for a long period of time, it might build up some rust in the system, And the second thing is, in the winter, the water is gonna freeze. So that's why they use antifreeze as coolant, so that it doesn't freeze and you can still ride your motorcycle in the winter. At the end of the track day, definitely change your engine oil. So with that, I have covered all the points which I could recall from my very first track day, which I wanted to share with you guys, so that before going to a track, you already have an idea that what to do, what not to do, and you have a high level idea. And I would highly encourage you to go to track at least for once, experience it. You will love it. And you know what? Eventually, you will find that road riding will become irrelevant to you. It happened to me. I'll probably talk about it in a separate video. As they say, and what I have experienced is that riding on a track for one track day is equivalent to around 3 years riding on the street. Is that amount of experience you gather from one single track day. If you do not trust me, try it by yourself, you will know. So my rider brothers and sisters, thanks for watching the video. If this video has helped you even a little bit, I'll be really glad. And if you think that I missed some points, or if you wanna know something which I haven't covered in this video, please let me know in the comment section. I'll reply to you. I'll share as much as information as I can. Why? Because I want you to be a safe and better rider. So my rider brothers and sisters, as I always say, take very good care of your health. Take very, very good care of your motorcycle. And always remember, enjoy the freedom till the time you have it. Take care and bye-bye.